Hey everyone, I'm Ultraviolent4 and you are joining me for the 7th DCSS Game of the Month. For this one we're going to be playing a Kobold Berserker or a Kobe, and we're going to be starting with a short sword. As a Berserker you start worshipping the god Trog, and this is generally considered one of the strongest backgrounds possible. So especially if you're newer to the game, I really encourage you to play along with this one. If you have a look in the description, there are instructions for how to play along. So this is a seeded game, which means if you play with the same seed, we'll have the same dungeon, we'll meet the same enemies, we'll find the same items on the ground as we go along. So I think it's a really good learning experience. Alright, so I'm still a bit behind in these games of the month. So this will be the final game of 0.23 before we switch permanently to the 0.24 version. That's alright. Alright, so as a Kobold or a Kobe, we got a couple of things going for us. The first is that we're small and have problems with some larger weapons and some other larger items. For instance, we can't use large shields. But the most important thing about being small that isn't listed here is that we have really good innate evasion. This is true of all small species. So if we look up at evasion in the top right up here, we start off with 15, which is really high. So if you want to imagine what this looks like, you can just imagine that your character has really good innate ability for the jab step. So, when enemies come at you, try to defend you, you just put on the jab step, you slip past them, they'll miss you, and so on. We also are carnivorous, so we can eat meat at any time. For most normal species, you can only eat meat, raw meat if you're hungry. But for a kobold, we can eat to engorged every time we kill something, which is nice. There's a little bit of synergy. When you're going berserk with Trog, it makes you hungry. As a kobold, we don't really have to worry about that. Not that you'd have to worry about it anyway, but we especially don't have to worry about it. I think that's most of what I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about using Berserk properly when we start meeting some enemies. But if we do use Berserk properly, with Trog, it's very difficult to die in the early game, which is why it's such a strong background. We're going to look at our skill training here. Most important that we focus our primary offense, which in this case is a short blade. We're going to train fighting to get more HP. That's something I didn't mention. So as a kobold, I think we have minus 10%. Is it minus 10 or 20? Let me see. Apt kobold. Our HP is minus 2, so we're actually minus 20% HP. So we're a little bit frail, which isn't great, but we have that innate evasion, and it's a +1 aptitude on fighting, so it's not terrible, and you get extra HP when you're berserk. So yeah, I don't know, I'm not too worried, but we definitely do want to train fighting for more HP. So we're going to leave that one, and I probably want to train one other defensive skill. On the right, all the way over there, you see we have a +4 aptitude on stealth. But we're playing a berserker. We're not trying to be sneaky. We're going big or going home. And I don't love stealth as a skill, so maybe we'll train some later. But yeah, I'm not planning on stabbing things, so we cannot do that. So it's between armor and dodging, and I think this one's pretty easy. We talked already about how kobolds are good at evasion. And just looking at the aptitudes, -2 versus +2, we'll pick dodging. So that will be our training for a little while. We can check out our short sword here. It hits its min delay when we reach 12 in short blade skill. So I think we'll train short blades to 12. If I press S on the screen here, it will actually set it for 12, which is pretty handy dandy. Alright, let's play. First we're gonna, oh great. I was going to say, we're going to pick up these items. I was being greedy, going for the potion first, because we could also see a leather armor there. And a leather armor is 1 extra AC over the animal skin. An animal skin's like a robe, so it's not very good. You want to upgrade as soon as you can. But we turned this corner. We saw a kobold with a weapon and a jackal pack. And jackals are really scary because they're faster than you. Alright, so this is a bit of a question. The first thing is, has the jackal pack found us? Or have we snuck away from it? So I don't want to keep running into the unknown because we might meet more jackal packs. So I think we'll try. Okay, the jackal has seen us, so I think that there's a good reason to go berserk here. So I was going to wait and start fighting the hobgoblin to see if the jackals came, but it has come now. So we're going to berserk, and hopefully this isn't a huge jackal pack that has 5. So, well, in this case the hobgoblin's right next to us, so we'll just berserk. It's going to give us faster movement and more damage, and I really hope more jackals don't turn up, because when you finish a berserk, you can see on the top right there, we are slowed. So it's a really dangerous time to meet new enemies. Speaking of which, here's a new jackal. Alright, well, oh, and a bunch more other enemies. Alright, so we might be about to die on the start. We got 2 new enemies. We can't go berserk again for a while, and we're slow. And we have nothing else, so there's no point trying to run away. If I go down, we potentially meet more jackals. I think we just... Oh yeah, here they come. Oh no, we're in a lot of trouble here. That's also, this goblin has a +1 dagger of venom. So that's really deadly on its own, let alone us being slowed and not able to berserk. Okay, can I at least get... I'm better off having a jackal next to me than the goblin, but we're pretty screwed here. I think our only hope would be if we can stay alive against the jackal and we get our berserk back. But even then we might die because a single hit from a dagger of venom... Oh, dagger of venom guy's around the corner. Okay, so we may as well fight. We're probably dying though. We've got 2 jackals, 2 goblins. There's another kobold. Unless we get our berserk back, yeah, it's not happening. We have literally no other items. We just started. So I like how we killed 1 jackal. I like how I gave you the spiel about how this is a really strong background and it's pretty hard to die in the early game as a berserker, but yeah. Not looking good. Okay, I wanted to see if maybe the plain goblin would step around in front of the dagger of venom. He hasn't. So because of the dagger of venom guys in front, I really don't want to kill this jackal. He's worse, so I should probably run. Oh, we can run towards this potion. Maybe that's gonna be like a heal wounds or something and might help us. We can even quaff it off the ground, so maybe we'll get lucky. What do we get? We feel very mighty. Well, that helps us. Oh, our slow ran out. Okay, let's kill the jackal then. Let's make sure that the goblin... Oh, he hit us. He random energied on top of us. Okay, well that's just really unlucky. Okay, well we're basically gonna die. The only way we wouldn't die is if we kill this stuff and it gives us enough experience to get to level 2, so then we have extra HP. How... Oh yeah, no, we're lethally poisoned to -9. Even with extra HP, we're not going to survive that. Alright, so we're basically dead there. That was really unlucky that guy random energied. So because we're not slowed anymore, my plan was to step back like this. We'd kill the jackal, and then because we're not slow, we'd be able to just walk away from these guys because we'd be the same speed. And then we'll heal up and then we'll fight them with a berserk from full HP. But because of random energy, the monster both moved and swung. Yeah, we got unlucky there. So yes, well, we may as well give it a go. Okay, we killed the jackal. We reached level 2, and actually, no, I think we're still gonna die. The only way, I can't go berserk. So I was gonna say the only way might be if we went berserk and we got extra HP out of it. But we're still minus berserk and we're on 1 HP, so we're basically just dead here. Alright, yeah, we killed him, we die. Alright, well, that sucked. Okay, well, round 2. That was a terrible start. Oh, I'm gonna have to type my seed back in again, which I luckily have nearby. 1 second here. It is 3, 5, 8, 0, 6, 6, 3, 4, 1, 3, 0. Alright, that was a terrible start. Kobold Berserker short sword. Cool. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it was really the random energy that actually did us in there, I think, in the end. So, really rough anytime meeting jackals as your first enemy, but to then have a bunch of other enemies turn up after your berserk, including one with a dagger venom, really sucks. Alright, so let's do this differently. So we know now not to try to go for this potion because it's a trap. So we're going to go for the leather armor first. And we're going to put that on. Okay, so we now have 1 extra AC, which is nice. We traded an AC for an evasion, which is generally worth it. And I'm going to say Dagger Venom guy is over this way too. Well, why don't we go fight him? Okay, so we know this time. So we can kill this stuff. We can just fight that normally. Here you go. We can eat up to full. And let's go find Mr. Dagger Venom. We'll pick up some stones here. Alright, so he's nowhere to be found this time. We may as well pick up their needles. There's still potentially... there he is. Blowguns in this game. Alright, so we're going to learn how to do Berserk properly. Okay. So you don't want to Berserk early because then it might run out. You want the enemy to be 1 tile away from you. So you use your Berserk, it steps next to you, and then you get the first attack where you're going to be fast and hit hard. Where we missed. Okay. We missed again. Alright, we closely missed. So this guy he's super evasive apparently. We've missed him a bunch of times. Alright, and we got him. Okay, finally. Okay, well now we have a Dagger of Venom. So that's extremely powerful. Let's pick that up. Okay, I'm going to change that to be A. This is really strong. Especially in the early game. Most enemies that we meet are not going to have any poison resistance. And it also allows you to put damage over time and then kite an enemy, which is good too. I forgot to set my skill target. So let's make short blades. Something like that. What am I doing? I've forgotten how to do things now. There it is. We're going to do 10 for short blades this time because a dagger is 10 rather than 12 of the short blade. Alright, here's a glowing mace. I'm not going to try that because there is no mace that's going to be better than a dagger of venom. And it might be cursed and then stick on us. I'm going to read this 2 scroll though. It was teleportation. Well, that's unfortunate. Having multiples of scrolls in the early game, they're very likely to be identify or remove curse. Yeah, so this start was much easier. Okay, we should back up. That was real bad of me. That's me getting cocky. Because now we have the hobgoblins and the jackals. So I started fighting those enemies without backing up, and the noise of us fighting then made the jackals notice us. Alright, we're gonna berserk here. And we're gonna back up. He noticed us, that's okay. Because we got the dagger venom, and it's 1 jackal now, we're not so afraid of it. Alright, we're picking up these potions. One of them we know is a potion of might, that's kind of cheating I guess. Alright, this goblin has not noticed us, and we're at full screen. So what we can do, we picked up stones, we can throw one of those to alert him. Now, because he's still asleep, it's not possible to miss, but just to be 100% sure of that, when you throw an item with F, if you just yell Kobe! That will make it more accurate. We reached level 3. Okay, cool. As a troglodyte, as a worshipper of Trog, you're never allowed to use spells, so we really don't care about intelligence. We're picking between strength and dexterity. Dexterity makes your attacks more accurate, but the more important thing is that it makes you more evasive. Whereas strength gives you more damage and makes it more viable to wear heavy armor, which is the one that I'm going to go for, strength. We're not ever casting spells, so we want to be in the heaviest armor possible, so I just want as much strength as we can get. This guy had a short sword of Holy Wrath. I'm going to pick that up because we can meet enemies that might be resistant to poison or immune to it even, but susceptible to Holy Wrath. So that's a pretty handy thing to find. Alright, here's an adder who hasn't noticed us. I'm going to stay well away from him. I'm going to even exclude him. We don't know whether or not we have curing, so I don't even want to mess with him. We have 4 scrolls of something. Alright, let's stand on this upstairs and read that. It's identify. Okay, so this lets us go through our potions. Cancellation, ambrosia, might, and mutation. So yeah, we didn't have any curing, so it's good that we're staying away from the adder for the moment. Alright, it's a leopard gecko. We're also going to try to stay away from this dispersal trap. Yeah, I should have excluded it too late. Alright, the adder's running at us. At this point, we may as well throw a couple of stones at it. They all missed because I didn't yell Kobe, that's why. And now we're going to Berserk. There's no point trying to walk away from the adder because it's faster than us. So once it gets on top of us, we want to just attack. Whereas with this one, the kobold, we're the same speed. We're in fact the same species. We'll bring him back to the known so that it doesn't attract other enemies. And then we'll fight it. Same deal with this one. And this one. We're being patient. We're bringing all these enemies back to the known. It's much safer. See, that one I didn't. And this hobgoblin didn't wake up. But by stepping around that corner, I gave the potential for him to notice us. Man, this guy has so many stones. Settle down, sir. We're just going to continue on like this. I know that room's full. We reached level 4. The other thing to note is that we've just reached 2 pips of piety with Trog, which gives us access to Trog's hand. This is a really useful ability. Does 2 things. One, it gives you 2 pips of extra magic resistance, so it's really good against things like orc wizards who can hex you. But it also just gives you extra regeneration, so it can allow you to survive through difficult fights, can allow you to survive through lethal poison. You should spam it a lot. If there's anything that new players do that's bad, I mean they do a lot of things, but if there's one that's really common, it's not using their god abilities enough. You should try to use Trog's hand in every difficult fight. It's better than just having the piety and dying. We found a ring mail. That's a heavier armor, so we're going to put that on. So we're 3 AC, 15 evasion, which is 18 in total. This is 5 and 14. It's more AC, and it's just more defense overall. And we're probably going to keep leveling up whenever we find heavier armor. Okay, we'll bring it back. That's an enemy who's resistant to poison and doesn't care about Holy Wrath, so he's kind of a difficult enemy for us. Here's a pair of gloves. I'm backing up to put those on. That will also give us another extra AC, which is good. Okay, not backing up for the rat and the python because whatever. fairly trivial enemies. The ooze is really difficult. I should be picking up these sling bullets. Are there others? We might find a hunting sling here in the early game. They're fairly common. That would give us an even better ranged attack. And I feel like we're ready to fight an adder now. I'm still going to Berserk though. Good. Yeah, and just make sure that you rest off the slow and the minus Berserk before you continue to explore. Alright, let's test this one out. So we're 614, that's 20 in total. The scale mail is 713, that's also 20 in total, but more AC. So I'd rather be balanced, as in have similar numbers of AC and evasion rather than heavily in one and not the other. Here's an identify scroll. I'm going to do a stack of 2 potions, that's flight. I'm also going to read this other 2. Let's remove curse. Okay. So now if we find any jewelry, we can put those on. For other scrolls, I feel like we may as well just read those. Let's go back to the stairs in case it's noise. It's fear. Okay. Yeah, because as a berserker, we've already got our god, so we're not looking for temple. So it's not like magic mapping is valuable on D4. Kobe! That's a hound. For D3, that's quite a dangerous enemy. It's faster than you and it can bite for up to 6. So I could easily just close this door and avoid it, because as a hound it's not smart enough to open doors. But because we have Berserk, I think we can just fight it. Berserk and a dagger venom. Yeah, we're okay. Otherwise, if we didn't have Berserk, I think maybe I would have closed the door and then tried to fight it. Maybe when we were a bit stronger. I want to test this hatch up too. It might be on our optimal orb run path. What was that? Those were tomahawks, right? No, they were bolts. You know what? Let's pick up bolts too. If we have a look at all of our skills, kobolds are really good with crossbows. They've got a +2 aptitude. So there's a decent chance that we might become a crossbow user. I'm also going to pick up these tomahawks. They're the biggest, the heaviest throwing thing that kobolds can do. Because they're small, they can't use javelins. Here's another hound. We'll just fight it. In that case, an artifact ring mail. Alright, let's try that out. We're going to go back upstairs to do it. We have removed curse. So if this is terrible, hopefully we can take it off. It's a +1 ring mail. It has RLEC and Dex +3. I should have looked, but I think this is better. Because I think this has the same AC with 7 as the scale mail did, but this is more evasion. We've got 3 remove curse, so I'll just read that now and we'll test. So 715 means we're 22. This is 713, which is 20. Yeah, okay, so this is clearly better than the plain ring mail. The RLEC doesn't matter too much. In the early game, you don't tend to find elect enemies, except maybe Sky Beasts. But Sky Beasts you can just walk away from. Also, this Gnoll, I'm being way too cocky. That Gnoll is straight up beating us. A couple of things I could have done: either brought it back and then berserked, or like we could do this orc, poison him, and then just walk away and wait for him to die over time. Kobe! That is a whip of venom. So this is a really scary fight. I'm going to berserk him, and then he random energied right next to us. That's unfortunate. I'm still going to berserk him, and then if we get really badly poisoned, we can then use Trog's Hand. Okay, fortunately we didn't get too badly poisoned. Let's go to a new stair. That's a chainmail. That's even heavier again. But I think... see, here's an enemy. I'm going to do =I to change the short sword of Holy Wrath to B. And then we can switch between A and B by pressing apostrophe. So this one is susceptible to the Holy Wrath and immune to poison. And we can drop our plain short sword, that's useless now. Against enemies that aren't affected, a Holy Wrath short sword is effectively just a plain one anyway. Let's identify the stack of 3. That's heal wounds. Okay, that's pretty fantastic. Holy Wrath again. Let's pick strength again. Let me have a look at the chainmail. It's encumbrance of 15. We've got 16 strength. I'm still pretty sure that the ringmail is going to be better, but I mean we can test. Yeah, let's back up. We're going to poison, yeah, the null, and then just kite him this time. Yeah, he's going to go down. Okay, cool. Let's test this chainmail. 9 and 10, which is 19. Yeah, we need a fair bit more strength for a chainmail to be useful. I'm going to drop that because who knows if that will ever happen. Alright, here's the wizard. Okay, I'm going to use Trog's Hand so that he can't hex us if we examine him with XV now. Confusion is only a 2% chance to hit us. Go on him. We're going to hope there aren't priests around. With our minus 20% hit points as a kobold, we really don't want to be facing smites. Dart slug, we'll just step around the corner. A worker ant, that's fine because the worker ant is susceptible to poison. So if we just get one tick of poison on him, he's pretty much done for. Alright, 4 fuming orange potions. Here's our temple. We can just have a look, see if it's an interesting temple. It's not really. It has every single god except for Wu Jian though. Man, that would suck if you really wanted Wu. Alright, cool. On to D5. More ID. We'll do the stack of 4. That was curing. Okay, good. We finally got curing. We reached level 7. We're making really good progress now that after that rough start. Here's our first wand, which is a wand of paralysis. And note that kobolds have +2 evocation skill, so they're quite good with wands. And a wand of paralysis is quite a powerful one. Well, how about, I think we might very well do some evocations. So how about we train our short blades to 10, which is where our min delay for a dagger stops. And then we'll turn that off and we'll train some evocations as a secondary offense ability. I like that. That's quite a good find. And if we're lucky, we might find a bunch more ones. Deep water. That makes me wonder what's going on. Deep water is not something you normally find on D5. Seems like there's some sort of vault going on over there. Okay, and I should also step back into the known to rest back up. Because when we fought there, we made noise. So enemies that maybe are down here or up here heard that noise and will come to search for what was the source of the noise. And if we're standing there resting, it's going to find us. Whereas if we've walked back, it won't. That's Potion of Leak. That's a really good one to have early game. Here's an ogre. That's really dangerous because it can not quite one-shot us, but it can two-shot us. I think if we just berserk with our dagger of venom, we should be able to kill it. Okay, and if it managed to land an attack on us, I just run away. Because we're berserk, we're still fast for a few turns, so we'd make some space, and then it would probably just tick out to the poison before it caught us again. Okay, we got lucky, it didn't connect on any attacks. A wizard, we've been slowed. If we're lucky, no, we couldn't. We could just get back to the upstairs. Okay, we're gonna go berserk. Wizards potentially can blink away from you, which is bad if you're berserk, but we're right next to this hatch up, so if he blinks away, we'll just leave the floor. There's another one. Okay, let's just go back up. Okay, we'll do the same again when we meet this one. Let's step back around the corner first though. Okay, so Trog's Hand. We don't need to Berserk this time. We reached level 8, and you see that Trog appreciates your killing of a magic user. So you get extra piety when you kill magic enemies. And you know what? Not that I'm going to use it, but let's pick up this Falchion as a long blade. So a very standard progression for short blade characters is to train a dagger or something to Mindele, and then later on in the game, make use of cross training to switch to long blades. So we might possibly do that in the future. We'll see. Maybe we won't need to. So one of Trog's benefits is that he gifts you weapons, and as a short blades user, maybe he'll gift you a quick blade, which is a very powerful short blade. We'll see. Okay, so apparently you need flight to get into those. We have 2 potions of flight. How curious am I? I'm quite curious. I'm just gonna use one. So what is this? We gotta fight a mushroom. Okay. Okay, if we get stuck standing here fighting the mushroom when the flight runs out, you could get stuck here and die. This is actually let me get back on the water. I don't want to get stuck in there. Or I'd rather not have to use my last potion of flight. But yeah, okay, someone should report this this vault. This is not a good one. Yeah, you use your only potion of flight. Now you're stuck there. In our case, we could teleport away. But yeah, that's a way to kill you. I'm gonna guess that they put the toadstools there so that you can't randomly just teleport in here and be stuck there by a teleport. But there should be hatches in here so you don't fly in and then die. Anyway, is that one gonna... Can I see what's under that? No, I can't. Okay. I mean, I could throw stones at it. We have 200 stones. There we go. Oh, we still can't see what's underneath. Okay, great. Alright, never mind. On we go. Maybe we'll come back later. So here's the sky beast we were talking about. Let's take him upstairs. So if we need to run away, we can. But we have Aralek, so he shouldn't bother us. Let's back up. Fighting to 6. We are not quite at 10 for short blades. We soon will be. There's a centaur. Let's get around this corner. That's real bad. Okay, we're dying. So let's throw on Trog's Hand. Let's get next to him so he stops shooting us with the bow. And then let's Berserk. And let me just have a look. So the one of Prowess has had a 46% chance to work. Maybe it would have been better to just try to get him, because we were sort of in a rough place where we had to do several turns to get around a corner, and he was going to shoot us that whole time. But anyway, I didn't. So let's Berserk him. Let's get this guy. Let's run back towards the upstairs. Yeah, so if things are investigating like this, we can just go back up. Yeah, but that's a scary enemy, the centaur, and that's D6. It's not even that early. Makes me want to start training evocations. All right, well we're almost there anyway. Let's focus it. Let's go all in. That's a new scroll. Could still be noise. We're gonna go to the upstairs. It's enchant weapon. All right, +2 dagger venom. Nice. An ice beast. He is resistant to poison and doesn't care about Holy Wrath. He's sort of dangerous, but we I feel like we can best him with a Berserk. Yeah, Berserk's really strong. There aren't too many enemies that are gonna beat you in a one-on-one fight early game when you have Berserk. Alright, so there's our short blades to 10. We're focusing evocations. Let's set a skill target to maybe 10 as well. A jelly. Another. He's resistant to poison, but he got poisoned, unfortunately for him. This is a new scroll, it's fog. More fear. We got sort of stones down here and a shape. There are probably some altars in there. I'm going to guess that's where Wu Jian is. I don't know why I stepped forward. It's teaching you the lesson. You should not be stepping forward into enemies. Because what did we do? We found there was just a worker ant zombie, and by tabbing towards it, I also uncovered an ogre with a giant spiked club, an orc wizard, and another orc. So yeah, that's bad of me. We're picking strength again. I should just go up. I don't know why I'm staying there. We also got to spy a new wand over there, which is exciting. So I put Trog's hand on. There's the priest that we were hoping not to meet, so we're going to go back upstairs. I don't know if the wizard's here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we're picking a new stair. He went invis, which is why I didn't know if he was there or not. New scroll. Magic mapping. Potions of haste. Yeah, we can see that there are those things. Why am I so bad with names? Altars in there. There's Trog. This is probably Wu. Yeah, there's Wu Jian. Alright, so done exploring. So we could just skip that that orc duo, but I'm going to do Shift X Control F to forget the floor. I'm going to find them again. That's some valuable experience. I want a Berserk though. I should have done Trog's hand first. I hadn't seen the wizard yet, but when we saw the priest, there was a good chance that the wizard would be around, so I should have known, but I didn't. Oh well. Shift X Control U undoes your forgetting. So onto D7. These Crimson Imps, they're kind of annoying, but the Holy Wrath short sword, it's going to go down pretty quickly. An amulet. Our first piece of jewelry. We have Remove Curse, so we can put this on. It's magic regeneration. That's utterly useless for Trog. But I guess we'll wear it because it's bling. That is a D7 Orc Warrior. He hurts with his tomahawks. Well, we may as well reset so we're not missing 8 hit points. But I'm pretty sure that we just beat him with Berserk and Venom. So that's why I didn't use Trog's hand there. If we didn't have a Venom dagger, so that we're just using Berserk with, say, a plain dagger, I think I would have used Trog's hand as well, just to make sure that we're going to win the fight. But with the dagger of Venom, that's pretty good. I don't know. We should pick up books, even so you can't burn books anymore. Now that there's a spell library, but you should pick up books because there's no downside to having them in your spell library. And I mean, I don't know, maybe you forget, maybe you leave Trog at some point in the future and then you don't have to walk around picking them all up. So I used / there to go into our auto pickup settings, and I said auto pickup unknown books. Stranger things have happened. This other enchant weapon scroll, I don't think we need to make our dagger venom better. I'm gonna wait until we have, say, a long-term weapon like a quick blade, or maybe a good rapier, or even if we found, say, a demon blade or something. Because the dagger venom is really strong just with the venom bit. We don't care that much about the enchantment. Oh, we're on D8. Yeah, okay, so this is already going to be our lair. Let's Berserk, because this is really scary. Yeah, so we got an early lair on D8. That's what I'm thinking this is. This is a lair entrance vault. And as you saw, just the one porcupine was very difficult. Okay, phantoms are among the most annoying enemies in the game because they blink away and they're really hard to hit. But again, thanks to Holy Wrath, we'll kill them pretty quickly when we do hit. Alright, so there was a vault down there we got a glimpse of with a bunch of fire in it. Without an RF item, I don't want to go in there. So how this works, we can see, hey look, there's a potion of resistance, that's awesome. We'll use that, we'll walk through the flame clouds, we'll fight all these fire bats, and we'll grab these items. The thing is, even just with one pip of RF, this early in the game, we're likely to die. Those fire bats hurt, and the clouds of fire hurt. Now, I see there's a stack of spiders, which is really good, seeing as we're training evocations, but still, that's really risky for no good reason. I don't know why I didn't just berserk that guy. Alright, come at me, porcupine. We're gonna berserk you. The porcupine's scary because it's faster than you. It bites for 16 damage, which is a lot, and every time you hit it in melee, it retaliates and hurts you. Alright, we're gonna go again. Oh wait, what was the other? Oh! I didn't even notice, but that other one we found was a Wand of Clouds. Wow, that's an extremely strong early game item. And we're training evocations, so that's insanely strong. Wow, okay. So if we meet any scary unique, we can just Wand of Clouds them. That's a really good early game item, even without any training, because you might get clouds of Mephitic that will confuse them. But with high levels, you might get fire clouds or ice clouds and just kill the enemy. We've also just found a Wand of Ice Blast, which is another really nice wand to find. Let's shut this door so that the centaur is not just shooting us from range. A Howler Monkey. There's no point backing up from that one because it's going to make lots of noise anyway. So, yeah. Okay, so we're not going to go straight into lair. I like to finish at least D11, and we're not going into that vault yet. A Hungry Ghost. Okay, well, as a kobold, we really don't care very much about hunger. And we can kill it pretty quickly with Holy Wrath. I'd just say don't go berserk against them, because actually that's a really bad mistake you can make. Because when you go berserk, it makes you more hungry, and you're then stuck going berserk, and it's going to potentially make you more hungry as it fights you. So you don't want to collapse. It's a curse minus dagger. Here's a blowgun. We do have. What have I done? There we go. I was trying to set the blowgun on W, so we can do WW to use the blowgun. Yeah, the thing I was trying to say is we picked up a bunch of poison needles, so. That's a good thing to have. Let's berserk. We've got extra HP then. Oh no, it's gonna run out. It just ran out. Okay, so this is showing cockiness with berserk. So I was just like, there's a priest, we'll just berserk. What I should have done, of course, is backed up to the stairs and stair dance that stuff. Even if I was going to berserk, we wanted to be near the stairs and away from where the edge of the unknown. Now we're slow and minus berserk, and there's an orc warrior here. Fortunately, because of the wands we found and our evocations training, we got a 70% chance to paralyze him. So we can just kill him, and then now let's back up before even more come. Let's learn our lesson. We'll go back up. We'll get rid of the slow. Good. That was real cocky and real bad of me. So we had to use one of our paralysis charges. Maybe that will cost us later. That's just a +3 short sword. That's not real exciting. Yeah, so this time we're going to Berserk the Orc Warrior. We're near the stairs, so if anything comes afterwards, we can just go back up. Good. There was a dagger of protection there somewhere. We may as well pick that up, because if we have an enemy like an Ice Beast, where they don't care about Venom or Holy Wrath, we may as well get the extra AC out of protection. What happens with protection, there's no extra damage off the item. I can show you. So we have 7 AC right now. If I hit with the protection dagger, we get 7 extra. So we go to 14 AC. That's a pretty huge amount of AC. 14 AC at this point in the game. Not too many things will chew through that. We've got new scrolls. Amnesia, that's worthless. I don't think we need to berserk this priest. Good. And there's another one. Noise. That's why I've been backing up to the stairs when I read them. Not this time though. There was a beer altar there. That's unusual. I was thinking maybe the Orcish Mines entrance was around, but it was just an Orc vault. Hey, alright. Kobe just got his first ring, which is nice. And where's Shaq? Nowhere to be found. That's right. We have Remove Curse, so we can put that on. We got C Invis. Not the greatest ring, but I won't complain. A ring is a ring. This is a bookstore. Pretty worthless as chalk. It's kind of an annoying centaur placement. It wasn't very easy to step around the corner there. Right, where are we? D9. Let's get a start on D10. We can plow through this pretty quickly. That's a Cyclops. Okay. They are slow, but their large rocks do a lot of damage, and we don't have a lot of HP, so I'm gonna stay away from that guy, or try to. Okay, we'll cut him. Okay. Okay, so we don't want to get hit by 2 large rocks. But if we can kite him at the edge of line of sight, because he's slow, he can't hit us twice, as long as we keep him at the edge. Oh, he was too clever. Oh boy, he snuck around here to get extra things. Oh boy, we're actually gonna die. Okay, he was actually really clever. Alright, we're good. Because we're walking into the unknown with half HP, let's put Trog's hand on, so we're regenning. Okay, so he outplayed us there. But the point is, you want to keep him at the edge of your line of sight, and you just let him throw 1 rock at a time at you. And then eventually he runs out of rocks, which he has now. And then he can do 35 damage in melee, but he's slow. So what we can do is we can just put poison on him, and then just kite him. And then we're never ever going to die. We could do a similar thing with the blowgun, and then we could actually poison him to death, and we could never ever give him a chance to hit us back. It's an even cheesier way to do it. But yeah, as long as you don't get killed by the large rocks, and you're not slow like a Naga, you should never die to Cyclops. I mean, we had a chance to die there because he outplayed me. Alright, goes down. And you get a lot of experience from them. So yeah, generally, as long as you're not going to get 1 shot by large rocks, or even 2 shot if you're unlucky, early game Cyclops are actually a very welcome sight. I want to do Trog's hand here, so we don't get hexed, and I'm going to go Berserk. And I'm going to run away from where we just fought. Yes, we have C Invis. How are we going? Our evocations is about to hit 10. So we're running out of offense to train already. That's okay. Chog's hand again. We should go Berserk here because we're dying to those smites. We don't need the Trog's hand if the Orc Wizards, okay, there we go, are sitting back, but now they swapped. That is a Curse -2 dagger. And a Troll, which we're going to Berserk because they do a lot of damage. Okay, we didn't get Troll of the Armor. I wonder if we would have wanted that. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so we got one more floor with D11 before we go to the lair, but I'm gonna end this one now. So we had a really rough start. We died on our first go around, but since then it's been pretty smooth. When we're taking it easy, when we're kiting enemies back to the known to fight, we haven't been in too much trouble. The major situations where we have been in trouble is because I got cocky or I did something stupid. But yeah, if you're taking it slow and steady, it should be pretty manageable. But yeah, I'd encourage you again to play along. So look in the description, you can get the instructions. And I'll see you all next time. We'll do this floor, we'll go to lair. Bye.